Hi all, Gabble for Belligerent Older Gamers here, and today we're taking a look at the game Phasmophobia. Phasmophobia is, it's basically a ghost hunting simulator. You take the role of one member out of, a group of up to 4 people. So yes, this is a co-op game. And you go around to different locations, houses, cabins, schools, prisons, trying to find out what sort of ghost is there. Apparently there's 12 different types of ghosts, and they all have their own different behaviours. I think I've sort of come across most of them now over the last little while that I've been playing. There's things like spirits, wraiths, phantoms, poltergeists, etc. So I'll come back to some of the other mechanics of the game, but first, here's generally what happens when you go into a house. You run around, opening all the doors, turning all the little lights, and see if you can get a reading from either this reader here, or a temperature gauge, because you're trying to find out what room the ghost is actually in, because until you know where the ghost is, you can't go and do anything to flush it out and find out what it is. Inevitably, at some stage, all the lights will turn off because the ghost turns them off, and you will run away like that. So here we go, heading back into the house, now that we have a bit of an idea about what's going on. So, as I've said, there's a whole bunch of different ghosts, but there's also, each ghost has their own unique way to be identified. So generally there'll be, like 3 unique identifiers for each ghost. It might be something like they had an EMF reading of 5. You're able to see ghost orbs. You can see here, this is what I'm doing right now. I'm sitting here waiting to see if I can see a ghost orb on a camera, because I've identified that this particular ghost happens to be in the basement of this house. And if you see any of these things, you record them in your journal, which you'll see coming up a bit later on. So there's other things such as UV flashlights to look for fingerprints, handprints, whatever. There's thermometers to check for freezing temperatures. There's EMF readers, as you saw before, the one with the little lights. CCT cameras, which you see in this. What I just put down there, which is a spirit, like a ghost writing book. See if they write on the book. There's also things like crucifixes, which can stop them from hunting, and smudge sticks, which also stop them from hunting. Here I am having another look for some ghost orbs. A ghost orb, you see that? The little flash in the corner? That's a ghost orb. Sometimes they're really obvious, sometimes they're not. Here I am talking to the spirit box. This is where you ask it questions, and if it responds, they're generally fairly scary answers. You can note that one down. There's also things like Ouija boards, and then there's a Ouija board that I'll show you here. Just there was me using the UV to see if I could find some fingerprints anywhere. So see, I'm noting down that I've seen ghost orbs, and I had freezing temperatures. If you're watching earlier, you would have noticed there was a little bit where you could see my breath. You could see it just then. And you can see here's the EMF reader going off to say that there's something going on here. There's a ghost around. And just a second, I turn around and there is a big old shadow wielding a goddamn knows what is going to come and kill me. And it disappears, thankfully. So, being the gutsy ghost hunter that I am, I go back to have a look for the ghost. Here's a Ouija board there. So there's things like there's freezing temperatures were recorded. I used the thermometer earlier on. So all in all, I've actually played this a fair bit with a friend, and we've really enjoyed it. It is actually quite scary. Most games that call themselves scary games aren't all that particularly, actually scary. But this game is creepy as hell, and I don't actually really like playing it by myself. I've played a lot of what you'd call ghost games, scary games, those sort of things that are supposed to be horror games, and they've never really concerned me. Only a handful, and something like Soma, but this one gets under my skin a little bit for some reason. Look, overall, great game. Really enjoyed it, and the co-op aspect is fantastic. It's janky, as you can expect at the moment, but it is going to come good eventually. So here we go. This is Phasmophobia as it is at the moment. It's sort of in alpha early access, but I think it's going to get a lot better and have a lot more content out in the future. So thanks for checking this out. Please subscribe, and I will be back with some more content real soon. Bye.